Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
Chase, what was your take on last weekend's matches?
Last weekend was a bit unfortunate for our team. Playing a 3-3, first time we've played a 3-3 this whole season. Going into Braehead, obviously a team that we've wanted to beat all year. They seem to have our number. Went in there, was defeated by them. I thought we played a pretty solid game, but puck just wasn't bouncing our way, and they were getting quite a bit of opportunities. So it's the way it goes sometimes. And then head-to-head against Dundee at home, pretty unfortunate. We lost in front of our fans. And then we had another crack at it on Sunday in their barn. And unfortunately, we came out with a loss again. But we got to put that behind us. We've been training all week, and we're looking forward to going into this week against Belfast and Sheffield.
And what's your thoughts going to Belfast on Saturday? A team that Fife have beaten 3 times in Kirkcaldy, but lost both matches in Belfast so far this year.
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, and they play very well in their rink. Obviously, it's a nice rink that they play in, and obviously with us going over on the ferry, they're going to be ready for us. So we got to be ready to match that intensity that they come out with and stick with them through the games. And we need to ultimately try to get a win in their barn.
And despite losing twice in Belfast, you must take a lot of confidence in the fact that Fife have beaten them 3 times this year.
Yeah, absolutely. But we also want to prove to ourselves that we can be a road team and we can beat those top teams in their rinks too.
And then turning to Sunday, home match against Sheffield Steelers, a team that Fife haven't, the only team in the UK that Fife haven't beaten this year. It'd be great to get a win against them on Sunday. It
would be great to get a win against Sheffield. I mean, all season we haven't been able to pull out a win against them. It's potentially a playoff matchup. So it'd be nice to get a win against them and maybe carry some momentum into playoffs if we do match up against them. So this is a big weekend all around.
And what have you made of the games against Sheffield Steelers so far this year?
They're a good team also. There's a reason that they're at the top of the pack, and they're a very well-rounded team. A lot of depth, good players, well coached, and we just got to make sure we're on top of our game. We play our style, and usually we have pretty good success when we do that.
And Fife have beaten all the other Southern Conference teams in Kirkcaldy this year, so you take confidence from that, thinking that Steelers could come here and Fife can get a win on Sunday?
Absolutely. I think we can beat anybody in this league, but that's up to us. We have to show up and we have to be ready, and we have to play for 60 minutes if we're going to beat a team like Sheffield. Or if we're going to be a team like Belfast in their rink for 60 minutes straight, we have to show up. We have to make sure we're playing hard every shift and make sure we're doing all the little things right.
Fife are 6th in the table just now. Just how high up can Fife finish at the end of the year?
Honestly, we can. It's up to us. It's in our hands, and it starts with this weekend. It starts, it starts in training, preparation, getting ready for the games. I think we can finish as high as 4th. Put ourselves in a good position for playoffs, for a playoff matchup. And like I said, this weekend's big, especially against Sheffield and Belfast, because they're, obviously they're potential playoff matchups. So we need to be ready for that.
And as a player, how excited do you get at this time of the year getting into the playoffs?
Very excited. I mean, in the UK, it's obviously a different playoff format than what I'm used to and what some guys are used to back in North America, where you play a 7-game series. But I'm looking forward to the playoff format, and I'm just looking forward to playoffs. Period. It's one of the funnest times of the year, and it's just an all-around good feeling.
And yeah, what's your take on the British format of the playoffs?
It's different. For sure, it's different. I'm still kind of like unsure. I'm trying to understand it, but some guys have, like Brooksy and a few of the guys I've asked to straighten it out for me. And I'm like, okay, I understand it now, but it's obviously a lot shorter than what we're used to in North America. We're used to playing, a week straight. We'll play 4 games, 5, 6, 7 if we have to go to 7 games in a series to get the win. But here it's just I'm pretty sure it's just one weekend. You play playoffs, and if you get through that weekend, you go to the final weekend in Nottingham. And that's basically all. That's what it is. So we got to make sure we're bringing our momentum and we're playing together well as a team going into the playoffs.
Just looking at the season as a whole, what have you made of the season from a personal point of view?
Personal point of view for us, I think we've had our ups and downs for sure. There's been a few times where we've been riding high, riding low, then back again high, and then going through a little bit of a rough patch at the moment right now. But we've came out of a rough patch before this season, and no doubt about it, we're going to do it again. It's just a matter of working and working smart together as a team, and getting back to the things that make us successful, and keeping it simple, not overcomplicating things, things like that. I think for us as a team, we're a fast team. I think all year we've shown that we can score goals. We can we can be very successful, but it's a matter of being consistent with that. And I think we need to step up our game in that department from here to the end of the season and through playoffs.
How pleased are you with the form you've had this season as well, when you kind of look to last season and you only played 2 games back in the East Coast Hockey League, and then your season was curtailed by injury? How good is it to be playing hockey again like this?
I absolutely love playing hockey. It's the only thing I've grown up doing. It's what I love doing. It's my passion, obviously. And it is for every one of those guys in that room down there. They all love the game too, and that's why we play it. And I'm very fortunate that I'm playing this year, coming off a bad injury I've had my previous season last year when I was in the East Coast Hockey League with the Norfolk Admirals. I was very lucky to get a call from Todd, him asking if I could come play, and I made sure that I was good. Good enough to play for my injury, and it's been quite the ride trying to get my game back all year. But I feel like I've got a grasp on it now again. At the start of the season, the difference between the start of the season and now, is I just went back to basics, what I knew how to do best, and now I find myself getting better now every day. It's a funny thing. It's like riding a bike. When you've been playing hockey your whole life, and you kind of get knocked down. Sometimes you get back up. You get knocked down even harder sometimes again, and then you get back up. And it's amazing that if you put your mind to it, what you can accomplish. And this year I've just kept pushing and pushing, and I knew that I could get it back, and it's starting to get back on track. For me personally, I feel like I'm almost back to where I was when I got knocked down. So we're taking positive strides, and the team, Todd and everybody's helping me along with that, and I'm very thankful and fortunate.
And when you were injured last year, how big was it to have a positive state of mind that you're going to get back playing again? Was it frustrating?
Yeah, it was very frustrating. Obviously, when you set goals for yourself and you want to accomplish things, like move up into certain leagues, go certain places, that sort of thing, and then all of a sudden it's not going to happen anymore. You gotta rehab yourself, and you gotta take care of yourself. And as soon as that happened, obviously I was really frustrated. But the only thing I could do was control my rehab, basically, and control my body, and I did everything I could to get back to playing form, whether that be stretching every day, different sort of weight training, yoga, name it. I did it. I did whatever worked for me. I did whatever made my injury better. So in that sense, it tested me as a person to get back to playing. But I'm very thankful to be back on my skates.
And when you got that call from Todd and you started talking about coming to Scotland, what was your expectations of what life would be like in Scotland, and what is it? Has it lived up to your expectations?
I got a call from I got a call from Todd. I was just excited that somebody was interested, that wanted me to come play for them, especially in the UK, in Scotland. And I have family from Scotland, all from my mom's side, and all I heard was Scotland's such a beautiful place. You got to go here. You got to go here, from my mom's side of the family, and I was just excited coming over to grasp the experience of playing in Scotland and living amongst Scottish people. Picking up the lingo. I'm starting to get it now. I can instead of saying what to people, I'm going, okay, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's kind of normal now, so I could be a translator for somebody back home maybe, but I don't think I'm quite there yet. But it's been wonderful living over here. Like I said, Scotland's a beautiful place, and it just makes it that much more enjoyable when you're with 20 other some guys that are over here enjoying the same thing that you are. And I have great teammates. They're great people. And people I've met in Fife and around Scotland have been great people as well. Well, my mom's side of the family is McDougall, so obviously the McDougall clan, and they come from, I think, the Isle of Skye, out that way. So I went and checked out. I didn't go to the Isle of Skye. I went over into the Oban area and stuff like that, but I've heard that's where Clan McDougall came from, is over in there. And check that out, and that's about all I know, really, apart from my mom's side of the family, about McDougall. And I'd like to know more, and I'd just like to know more about my surname, actually, in general. So I'm on the hunt for that as well.
And living in Scotland, you stay with Kyle Haynes and Brian Cameron. Before that as well, Shane Stockton was staying at the house as well. What was it like living with those guys? It's
good. I mean, we all get along. You can tell that they both come from really good families. Great guys, friendly as can be. We got a really good thing going on over at the house. Everybody cooks, everybody cleans. No problems, so we're all good in that matter. It's always a good place to go. Even when we have teammates come over, it's a fun place to be at our house, and it's been good. I've played with Kyle before in Bakersfield when I was in the East Coast Hockey League with Bakersfield. I played with Kyle for a little bit, and then I played against Brian when he was in San Francisco in the East Coast Hockey League, I think. And it's just funny how hockey just brings you together, and you hear certain guys playing in certain leagues, and then all of a sudden you're living together and you're like, oh, what's up, like, how are you? And you click right away, you bond, and they'll be lifetime friends from this point on, and I have hockey to thank for that. Just finally, with the season kind of in its last few weeks, you looking forward to this summer, getting back to see family back in Canada? Yeah, I'm very excited, looking forward to getting back home. Obviously I want to do the best that I can and we as a team can for the rest of the season and playoffs, but I'm very excited to get back to my little guy, to see him. It's been a long season being away from him, being away from my family, my mom, my brother, and it's just something that I have to do, and all the other guys have to do as well, playing away from their families. But it's always an exciting time of year to go back and see your family, and then do that, and then you get prepared for the next season, and you got to do it all over again.
Cheers, Chase. Thank you.
Thanks.
The Bay Hotel, where your dream wedding becomes reality. Visit us at thebayhotel.net.